Ryan today felt comfortable to get outside, but we know that this warm-up is coming with something else.
I know, yeah. I actually went out this morning out on the Eastern Trail, still like 3 or 4 inches of snow.
So beautiful.
There was no wind, it wasn't that cold, it was great.
Perfect.
A lot of that snow is going to be gone by this time tomorrow though, and we have a rain and wind event on the way. I want to point out though, the rain is not a major concern this time around. Of course, going into this, we've been in a drought. However, the amount of rain, even though we're going to lose a lot of the snow in central, southern, down east Maine, just isn't that impressive. A half an inch to an inch, which we can handle. And even in the foothills and mountains where there could be an inch and a half or so, we can also handle that. The rivers and streams are low, so any flooding would just be limited to temporary street flooding or some big puddles on the roads. The wind really is the bigger concern, and it's not going to be this strong all day. It's only for about 3 or 4 hours when there will be some stronger gusts that can get to 55, maybe even 60 miles per hour or a bit higher on parts of the coastline from Portland east. Inland over western Maine, the strongest winds really never get there. You still get gusty, 35 to 45 miles per hour across the interior. Mountain peaks will be a bit higher than that. And then in between 45 to 55 mile per hour gusts from Sanford up to Sebago Lake, Lewiston, Auburn, Augusta, and Bangor. And there probably are some outages within that zone as well. That wind will be coming in out of the south. That's a direction we're more exposed to. Our trees aren't as hardened to strong winds from that direction. But that's key to the warm-up. We're already starting. 41 the temperature right now in Portland. Rest of the night tonight, we may drop a little bit over the next couple of hours, and then the temperatures start flattening out or even rising late tonight. This is the band of rain right here that comes through tomorrow afternoon that will produce downpours and those gusty winds. So overnight we'll have clouds increasing. Could be some areas of fog as the warm air goes up over the cold snowpack, particularly inland, but not much rain. A few showers out there tomorrow morning, but getting out to work and school, not much of a problem. By the middle of the day, though, we start to have heavier rain coming in from the west. Scattered downpours around noon, temperatures warming into the lower and mid 50s for many of us. And then this here is the cold front. That's what's going to cross through the state from west to east during the afternoon. Right before it moves through, that's when the southerly winds will be strongest. So it's early afternoon over southern Maine, mid to late afternoon over central and eastern Maine. Once the front goes by, the rain ends, the wind changes direction. It's still breezy, but not as gusty as it will be earlier in the day. And the temperatures will start dropping. However, we think there's a long enough period of time between when the rain ends and when the temperature hits freezing that we should avoid a flash freeze where everything ices over. A lot of the water may dry up before that happens. That said, there still will be some icy spots late tomorrow night into Saturday morning, so just be aware of that. You might have to throw some salt down and just be careful if you're out on the roads late tomorrow night or Saturday morning. This is a timeline for the outage risk. The areas you see here in yellow where the risk is elevated, so noontime, a few spots. As we go through the afternoon, that risk shifts east. Once the cold front goes by, wind changes direction and won't be as strong, so the power outage risk will be much lower. Storm warning on the water tomorrow, seas 12 to 18 feet. Colder behind the system for Saturday, but we'll have sunshine. Still a little breezy, but not as windy. Few snow showers Saturday night into Sunday, then it's cold again on Monday. I think we have a chance to get some accumulating snow Tuesday afternoon and night, perhaps a couple inches. And if that happens, we get a white Christmas. So hopefully that's how it pans out.
I've been curious about the overnight Friday to Saturday with the cold, so that's good to hear.
We think we'll be in good shape with that.
All right, Ryan,
yeah.
Thank you.